You know what time it is, bitches. It's review time. What's up, guys? Be your boy Hendo, Captain Canada in the US, back at you with a kind of a review. Something I've been using for the last couple weeks, and I did a couple pre-workout reviews before, and this is a newer one for me, so I wanted to share it with you guys because of a couple comments on my last few videos about pre-workouts. Somebody said that none of the pre-workouts now have DMAA in it. This is untrue because DMAA is allowed again. It's been taken off the restricted list on pre-workouts. So Dust Extreme, which I paid $40 for, folks. I left the price tag on for you. I bought it in a store. Probably not my best buy. Has DMAA 1.3 per servings. Dust Extreme. Dust Extreme is it's exactly what it says. It's an extreme pre-workout. I'm going to give you the lowdown on the differences physically, how I feel when I'm on Dust compared to Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde is an extreme pre-workout. Mr. Hyde makes you itchy, crawly, and actually, I think sometimes I would actually cramp up on Mr. Hyde because it was a little bit too much. But other than the cramping up part, for me, Mr. Hyde was probably my ultimate pre-workout because it was so intense. I did get that killer pump. I did get the itchy crawlies, but I think it might have pushed me a little too far sometimes. Where I actually did start getting kind of immune to it, but not really. It's hard to get immune to Dr. Hyde. I'm gonna, is it? No, Mr. Hyde. That being said, okay, I've already done reviews for like C4. Check that out somewhere in there. Um, and Muscle Farms Assault. Muscle Farms Assault is a good mid-grade uh, pre-workout. It gives you less of the itchy crawlies and a lot of stamina. I actually felt like my lungs were opened up good on Dr. Hyde or Muscle Farm, and that is probably for most people. I would say go for the Muscle Farm. That's like your, hey, I like a not a roller coaster ride, but a good strong pre-workout. Then Muscle Farm is probably one of the best. Now, if you're into extreme pre-workouts, Dust is my new favorite. Dust is absolutely my new favorite. It gives me a feeling in my fingertips, okay, which is hard to explain. I'll take it just as I'm driving to the gym, and I'll pound some on the way, and I'll feel something going on in my fingertips, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I do not get a ton of the itchy crawlies. Like, excuse me, chair in my way. Chair in my way. Um, I do not get a ton of itchy crawlies like I do on Mr. Hyde. I do feel heat and heart rate a little bit, but lots of heat. I sweat tons of buckets. Now, if you look at me, obviously I'm bulkier than before when I did these pre-workout videos. So here's the thing: I could be just heavier and I sweat more in the gym. Could be that. It is very freaking hot. We've been having 100-degree days at at work, so it's hotter out. But I tend to believe that the dust actually does something with my temperature and brings it up. Um, the fingertips thing, I can't explain it. Never had it before. Every time I take dust, I get like this little tingle in my fingertips, but not the itchy crawlies all over my skin. Like Mr. Hyde. So I feel freaking really, my endurance is up. My endurance for lifting heavy weights more often. Okay. Now, if you're a volume over time person, a VOT, or if you're a, if you believe in the high volume training with heavy weight, I'm big on heavyweight, guys. I was never super strong at bench pressing. It's always been like my genetic downfall. I'll have a big chest, but I can't bench press. And I've got decent shoulders, and my triceps are always big. But for some reason, guys will come in and out bench press me and be less weight than me. It's always been so. I've always had to work harder at bench press. Not that it's important, but um, it's one of those things that I know where I lack in is my strength has always been when I was younger in my legs, in my biceps, and my triceps, doing head cavers, stuff like that. But then when I'd hit the bench press, um, I could be bigger, heavier, and look better, but yet not do as much as a guy who weighs 30 pounds less than me, who's, I guess, and a lot of guys, I guess that's what they do. They just do bench press. So that might explain some of it, but I've always felt like genetically my body wasn't set up to do really great bench press. So I've been using the dust. I've been bench pressing hard, and I actually did PR last week, and I'm going to try for another PR this week if I'm able to train. Now I'm going out of state again, so I'm not sure how my training is going to be, but I don't even. Okay, I did 345 for a set of 4, but that's with working out with 315, for sets of 8 to 10, and like 1 or 2 sets, maybe one set of 325, and then 335 was my max, which at 25 years old, I did 325 for a set of 4, and that was my max before. I've never went past that. I think there's a mental block here where I thought I could never do it, and I just never would even try it. I thought that the old joints and bones could not take it, but I think I've broken that mental block, and I'm telling you, like, I get in this mode when I take this stuff where I believe I can do more. And a lot of things about, bodybuilding and stuff like that is right here, where the mind goes and the body follows. Kevin fucking Levrone, for instance, he's awesome, inspiring, of course. And yeah, it's like that mental block, and so I'm squatting now, free squats of 400 pounds and bench pressing, and trying to get my bench press up to 400 pounds within a year. If I can hit 400 pounds within a year, that'll be awesome. But if you really are into working out, okay, you want to take every little advantage, you know what I mean? Every little thing. And for me, this makes that little bit of difference that it's worth $40 fucking dollars. All right. So still bulking, bigger than ever. Not obviously no middle bicep here to speak of. Yeah, just a big bulk monster right now at 228 pounds. But I'm gonna cut down pretty soon. I'm gonna stay about the same weight as I am, this is the heaviest I've been in a while. But I feel so strong. I do feel a little bit lazier. I'm not gonna lie. There's no such thing as cardio right now. I've had a knee issue again, and so when I do I'm using a back support and knee wraps for my squats and leg workouts. As you get older, you got to be careful. I'm 45, turning 46, but every little edge you can get, to go that extra mile. And when you see guys like Kevin Levrone And all my life, I've thought I've had such great genetics, you know. Then you see somebody that's a super responder, and you know, okay, yeah, he probably is taking steroids, but I mean, even without steroids, as soon as he starts lifting weights, he's just a super responder, and he would be bigger than me without taking steroids, obviously. And you think, wow, there is really a big difference between the elite 1% and the rest of us. And I always thought I had these great genetics. Now I think I've got like pretty good genetics, but nowhere near what like Phil Heath or Kevin Levrone or Dexter Jackson must have. So those are all guys that compete in the Olympia. I know a lot of people that watch my channel don't watch the Olympia, but within a week, the Olympia is coming up in Las Vegas, and it is going to be the most exciting Olympia that we've heard of for a while. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm not going there in person because of work, but it's exciting to see guys like Kevin Levrone come back. And a lot of people have been saying about Kevin Levrone, um, good for him. It's good for the sport, but he's going to get trashed or whatever. Fuck that shit, dude. Kevin Levrone's my hero, big time. And I see comments on Facebook when I post about Kevin Levrone and stuff, or when and I go look at other people's comments that have more popular threads, and people go, "Oh, look, it's drugs. You know what they can do, blah blah blah." You have no idea if you think fucking drugs can take you in 5 months from fucking 190 pounds to fucking 250. Um, there is no drugs that do that. It's genetics and it's training, and yeah, okay, the drugs help a little wee bit, but don't take away from this guy. He's amazing. And I think there's always that jealous factor of these people that won't even try it, or they tried it for a couple months and didn't have success, so they got to knock down other people that are on steroids. And that's why I don't do that. I don't ever knock people for because that just makes me look small. So, and this is about dust pre-workout, not um, what's wrong with the world. I'll do another video about that. I'll do a shit ton of videos about what's wrong with the world, but one of them is gym dicks that have no etiquette. All right, guys, that's my video. That's my rant, which was unexpected and unplanned. Go ahead and try dust. It's good for you. Oh. As always, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm not even a trainer. I'm just some big fucker that's 45 years old and likes to train. All right, guys, I'm out of here.